I mean, it's a combination of things. It's like a quarterback, right, who has great instincts, who can see the field better than others. And I think Darius is one of those guys where, he doesn't play the offense, he plays the defense. He sees where the defense is on the floor, and then he makes the play accordingly. And not everybody has that instinct, and he does. And then it's preparation and studying what your opponent wants to do. And then it's us, walking through that in practice and getting reps at it so we can take it to the game and let it translate.
Thank you.
Chris Fedor, Cleveland.com. Hey, JB.
Hey, what's up, Chris?
You've been around a lot of rookies throughout the course of your career. With Evan doing what he is doing as a rookie, just how rare is that?
I mean, it's extremely rare. There have been rookies that come into the league and got great numbers, but you don't see many rookies that come into the league and impact winning in the way that he has. You don't see, many rookies who in the moment can deliver what's needed at that point and not just go back to what may suit them best. You don't see many rookies that can be as dominant on the defensive end of the floor in multiple ways, right? Whether it's guarding the pick and roll, protecting the rim, or switching onto perimeter players the way that he can. So, and then, do all that seamlessly with his teammates. Like, that's extremely rare to have all that together in one person.
I know it's probably difficult to pinpoint because of his versatility and diversity, but where do you feel like Evan has impacted you guys the most?
I mean, it's tough, but, defensively, his ability to work with Jarrett and that versatility that those guys can have, one guy can protect the rim at all times and how they work together. Like, teams that win in this league, you go back to it, they win the paint. Great offensive teams are great in the paint. Great defensive teams don't let people in their paint. So I think his ability to, control that paint and help us grow defensively has been, one of the biggest impacts for sure.
Thank you.
Marla right now, our Akron Beacon Journal. Yeah, JB, I did want to ask about the defensive improvement. I mean, seems like such a quantum leap. I mean, was there something, I don't know, communication? I mean, I just wondered how it happened that seemed like everything clicked.
I mean, personnel dictates, and that makes a huge difference. Guys' commitment to actually being great on that end, because it is not easy. In the NBA, you're facing, the best offensive players in the world. And it's hard to go out every single night and compete on that end of the floor. So the commitment from our guys has been, phenomenal. Our coaching staff has done a great job of communicating and teaching and breaking things down and coming up with new ideas. So, a ton of credit should go to our coaching staff. But again, it's the guys' commitment to it that makes it, that's made the biggest improvement.
And was there a point where, you've been preaching this ever since you took over, that you were wondering, were they ever going to get it?
No, it was just a matter of time. Again, if we continued to work at it, put the time into it, we were going to figure it out. And, when you're going through so many changes as we've gone through the past couple of years, finding a system and finding, the correct habits is hard because you've got different personnel, you got different coaches and all those things. So it was just a matter of finding some consistency. And then, we knew we'd be able to improve.
Just one more thing. I don't know if you can answer this because you're not exactly privy, but maybe you've observed it. Just how close Darius and Kevin are. I mean, Darius was saying yesterday they talk about personal stuff, basketball, but I mean, just how important is that relationship? I don't know, maybe for both of them.
It's huge for both of them. When you have a guy like Kevin that's been around here so long and seen so much change and really seen the guys that he's been closest to come and go, for him to have someone in the locker room that he could talk to, spend time with, conversate with, and be a genuine friend of, it makes it a lot easier on him. And then obviously for Darius, the same, but being able to have, someone who you can ask questions of that's going to tell you the entire truth, good, bad, or indifferent, who's actually experienced all those things. So, their bond is bigger than basketball, but it's important for both of them.
Thank you.
Coach, last night at the Charge game last night, I think I saw Rondo there, Jetty there. I mean, Isaac, Dean Wade, Dylan Windler. I mean, the list kind of goes on and on. How much communication do you and Coach Giroux have, and what is kind of that symmetry, that relationship like when the players are also going there to support, the Charge guys, and Goodwin obviously and Pangos were down there?
We believe that we're all one program, and part of our push to get them to move here from Canton to Cleveland was that, and how easy it would make us to go back and forth and have that symmetry and always be on the same page. Like Dan was here at our meeting this morning for our coaches meeting, so he has a great understanding of what we're trying to do. Like, he remains on our coaches chat. So all the ideas and conversations we have, he participates in. So he knows exactly what, we want to do and how we can make it look. Like, we talk about the experiments that he's running, with the Charge. We talk about the development of our guys when they go and play with the Charge, what exactly we want them to do and what we need them to do. So we're always on the same page. We're in constant communication, and it's a wonderful tool. And again, it's, a group of guys who believe that something is bigger than themselves. And that's why they go and support, the Charge and KP and Goody and those guys and RJ and Taco, because we believe we're all a part of it and we're all together in this thing.
And then one more thing, you look at this team and you just have kind of this plug in and play mentality that no matter who you have, someone you can throw in there and they'll perform for you, no matter who goes down. Is that the system that you have, or is that just the character of these guys?
It's a combination of both. Since we began, we didn't want to be a one-on-one isolation basketball team. We wanted to be a team that could create triggers, and then the ball would move. And then, everybody would get an opportunity to play offense. So when you have a system like that, you don't have to make major adjustments if one guy gets injured. You got another guy who can step in and just play to his strength in the system. So I think that's, the system, but it's also a credit to the guys, and their ability and putting in the time so that when their number is called, they're ready to go.
Thank you so much, Coach.
Thank you.
Last one, Christos.
Hello, Coach. Christos, this is Danny Greece. Hope you're doing well. Coach, from your perspective, how does the vibe of the floor affect in the team on the floor this season?
There's nothing bigger for us. This isn't something that we just flip on at 7:00 when the ball's tipped off. The way you see our guys interacting publicly during games is the same way they interact when we're at practice or when we're at breakfast meetings or when we're at lunch or, when they're together on their own. It's genuine and it's real. And, you don't just manufacture it on the court. What we have is something that, again, is bigger than basketball.
And also from what you see so far in the season, how special this team can be?
We have high belief in our guys. But what we also understand is the NBA season is a long season. And there's a lot of time left, and we have to continue to get better. And that's our sole focus. Try not to talk about, 30 games away when we've got these tests that are right in front of us that we got to study for, prepare for, and try to overcome.